So this is going to be the last of the resonating sequence, and this is resonating with source, or resonating as source. So we explored presence, which feels alive and present. It's existence, it's the charge of everything. It is the fundamental energy of everything. And it feels in front, in the realm of the heart, and intimate, radiant. And then we explored awareness, which is sky-like and vast, and more up and behind, and also inherent and throughout, spacious and clear. Source is more down, deep, wide. While awareness is clear and weightless, source has a weight to it, has a ground to it, has a rootedness to it. You could say it's thicker, kind of. It's an immensity. And this is what's beyond. This is what's before. Words like birthless, deathless. A lot of the unwords are great for the source. Unborn, unaffected. It is that about you which is unborn, unaffected, unbound, unimaginable, unknowable, untouched, unseen. So it's this incredible depth, this incredible abyss. And it's in a certain sense full. Like it's pure potential. It's unlimited, infinite potential, pregnant. It's like a pregnant depth. So again, just feel into this, just sense into this, however this lands. Awareness may seem more bright, this may seem more dark, like void. You know, the word empty around awareness feels more like there's nothing there. And this may feel more like nothing, but the nothing, like a very full nothing. So this is where everything arises from and goes back to. Everything is born from. This source. Presence is born from this source. Even awareness is its first. It's like awake. And then, you know, everything is arising and subsiding in the awake beingness, the awake presence, the aware presence. But this is from where it comes. If you could say it that way. but it's beyond even presence. It's beyond even being. It's beyond existence. It's unfathomable. Yet it is somehow known as a there isn't a particular experience. But so just feel into it, and again the body may, do that resonating translation, right? It may just feel like the image may be almost like a black hole, like a void, but a full void. And however that shows up, that's how it shows up. That's how the system resonates with it, even though it is imperceivable, unperceivable. So for this, we can use the 4 words. Oh, there's so many that are good. But let's use birthless, beyond, pure potential, and source. Pure potential, just because potential seems like it isn't enough. Pure potential. So again, it's birthless, beyond, pure potential, source. And of course, if other words work better for you, like before, it is before everything. Or if unborn works better for you. Or if you really are into the kind of, wow, this is completely untouchable. It's untouchable. Like it can't be touched. It can't, it's untouchable. And yet it is fundamentally actually what everything is, or comes from, because the beingness is actually what everything is. And there really isn't, it's not like beingness is not source, and it's not like awareness is not source. It's just kind of the truth from imperceivable to very perceivable, right? Form very perceivable, presence less perceivable, awareness less perceivable, and then there's just no perceivableness of it. All right, so we're going to use those 4 words: birthless, beyond, pure potential, source. Again, it's 5 words, but I'm cheating a tiny bit. So feel into this as we go through it with each breath. In breath. I am birthless, beyond, pure potential, source. Again, the 2 silent breaths. And again, I, and on. So I am birthless. There's a feel to that. I am beyond. So whatever shows up, I'm beyond that. Anything that I perceive, I'm beyond that. I'm beyond. I'm pure potential. What does it feel like to be pure potential? Sargadatta was told to contemplate that he is the supreme being, right? It's the supreme being. And I am source, so I am the source. I am source. The source makes it sound like it's something else. So if you want to just kind of bypass these 3 levels to play with this, you can use, there are words that kind of work on all levels, such as inseparable. Like source is inseparable. You can't separate source out of anything. Or inherent. Inherent is a wonderful word. awareness is inherent. Everywhere you look, source is inherent. Presence is inherent. Words like infinite. Again, presence has an infinite beingness to it, an infinite field to it. Awareness has an infinite vastness to it. And source has an infinite potentiality to it, an infinite depth, an infinite capacity. Words like eternal. Like the word now is a great word. I am now. I am now. Not only am I now in this moment, I am the now, right? The now from which everything is born and dies. The now. I am the now. I am awake. So hopefully these are useful. Enjoy and play with it in whatever way you want. And remember that once you start to feel into it, you don't have to immediately, but start to let the words drop. And if it starts to fall away, and then you're just following mind into things that you're not that interested in, yet somehow you're taken by, you can just come back, use some of these words. It doesn't have to be in this breathing sequence. It's really for you to be creative with, just giving you one way to use this. And reconnect with what matters to you, right? And that's a nice way to say this. If what matters to you right now is safety, resonate with the word safety. I'm safety. And you start to, if you play with some of these words, you can find how presence, awareness, and source are very safe. Because they're untouchable, they're especially when you get to awareness and source, you can't cut them, you can't hurt them, and you start to recognize that's what I essentially actually am. The form is a form that comes and goes. But when you start to resonate with this aspect of yourself, safety becomes well-being, okayness, joy, enjoyment, freedom, unboundedness, become much more apparent. So you can really resonate with whatever matters to you. Okay, have fun, enjoy, and just play with this.